Hey you, how's it going? My name is Ruby Price and you're listening to the 10th ever episode of Fresh from the Scene. Before I get started, I just want to say if this episode makes you feel anything on an emotional scale, make sure you go and leave a review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to it on. Give it a share on social media. You can find Fresh from the Scene on Twitter at FFTScene, that's FFTSCENE. You can also find me on Twitter at Rubes, RUUBEZ, or Instagram, Rubes001. I'm sorry there wasn't an episode for the last couple of weeks. I've been really busy with work and uni stuff, so suck it. I'd rather get a first on my masters. But anyway, as I've said, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Fresh from the Scene, and if you do like it, make sure you do all the social media stuff, because algorithms. Anyway, here we go.
You're listening to Fresh from the Scene with your host, Ruby Price.
Welcome to Fresh from the Scene. Today's guest is the iconic Sean Smith.
Iconic?
You are iconic.
No, don't be so silly.
I mean, you've been around long enough to be iconic.
Right, that's changed. That's gone from a lovely compliment to a terrible back. That's like, you're so old that... we go on it. That's like letting somebody into the Hall of Fame just because they've been about for ages. Funnily enough,
That is how it works, isn't it?
you've technically done what Kerrang did to the Blackout, which was they once gave us an award called the Devotion Award, right?
Alright.
Which they made up, right? It was an award that existed before the Blackout because we got nominated 4 times and never won anything. So they were like, let's give them an award. They've come to 6 of these now, these award shows. And I got drunk and I went up on stage and I was like, thank you very much for giving us the nominated for 4 times and 1 fuck all award. So yeah, thank you very much, yes.
I mean, it's essentially what the Oscars did with Leo, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So I'm the Leonardo DiCaprio of the music scene.
Yeah.
No, he's renowned for young girlfriends.
Oh.
Yeah. Wrong Welsh frontman. Boo! Can we say that? We have. Sorry, yeah.
One of the things I always get people to do when they come on this podcast is sum their own act up in their own words, because it's a good conversation starter. So,
Okay.
Who are Raiders right now? Why should people listen to them?
Why should you listen to us? Because we're good. I'd say come see us live over listen to us, because that's all I care about. We are 4 boys from South Wales who are miserable, who just want to go on stage and exercise their demons. I'm finding this so therapeutic, just being back on stage, because I've had like nearly 5 years off, and in that time I just missed it. I didn't realise. I thought when the Blackout split up, I was like, fuck it, all bands are finished now, I don't care about music anymore. And then I went to see a band play and they were playing to like 40 people, and I just got jealous. I was just jealous that anybody was watching them, and I thought I could take that mic now and I don't know any of the songs, but I could take that mic and make this a better gig. And I've had the urge to do it since. So yeah, I got back together with Bob from the Blackout and 2 of my friends, Styx and Ryan, and yeah, we've just written some angry music that, I get to beat myself up on stage every night, so yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I remember basically hearing that, when the Blackout broke up, obviously you weren't ready for it to happen, so, I imagine getting back to, being on stage and singing your own music again.
Yeah.
It's just...
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a mixture of that, and I think my problem is I believe in my heart that I am a stand-up comedian, but I've never done stand-up, right? But I'm also a real lazy bastard, right? So when it comes to writing things down, for some reason I just won't do it. I'd rather just go, I'll forget that joke, than write it down. For some reason, there's something in me that I cannot get it to focus. It's like, I know the career's there for that.
Yeah.
But there's something in me that's like, I don't bother writing out those things. But I feel like that's what I am. So, yeah, getting to be up there and just chat to crowds in between songs is therapeutic. And then obviously getting to play and yelling about all the miserable shit I'm yelling about is therapeutic to get that out there as well. So, yeah, I'm loving it. And I genuinely don't care if nobody turns up. Then it's just a free practice for me where I can smash myself about in front of my friends. So, yeah, loving it. Loving life.
Yeah, exactly. Last year we got Wasting Away.
Yes.
When will we, do you have a
Ooh,
date?
yes, we do. At the end of February, we are recording with Todd Campbell, who he's just done our friends in a band called Wager. He's just done their EP. They're an awesome band. People should check them out. Wager, Wager. Yeah, Todd Campbell. His father's Phil Campbell from Motorhead. Yeah, some people have heard of him. I think they're going to go on to do really well, Motorhead. They got this one song, Ace of Spades. I'm telling you, it's going to be the one.
I remember seeing it on a TV show once.
Oh, Motorhead?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I reckon they'll do well, yeah. Yeah, I reckon if Primark gets hold of one of their designs, they'll be the biggest band in the world. But yeah, so Todd's producing it, and we're doing 4 or 5 tracks with him, and we can't wait. But the thing is, see, everybody in my band now, well, apart me and Bob, because we've kind of been there, done that, we're just a bit more relaxed about it all. Whereas Styx and Ryan are like, we need to fucking get stuff up, we need to do more stuff now. And we're just like, I'd rather just play shows and support other bands and steal their fans than record music. Like, I don't care about putting music out because people don't care about paying for it. So I don't care about putting it out. I'd rather you just come and see us or come and see a band we're supporting and be like, what the fuck was that before that band I just saw?
Yeah.
So, and I think we've got the ability to do it. We can support, like last night we played, it was the first night of our tour, and we're supporting Cutting Teeth. And they're like this metal-y punk hardcore band. And the first band who played before us were called Contaminated, and they were like a proper hardcore band. And then we are sandwiched in between them, and I'm singing about my fucking ex walking away and all this fucking sad shit. But we can fit on, I think we can fit on any bill. And I think with my in-between stage shit, yeah, we could support ska bands, we could support metal bands. So yeah, I just want to fucking play. I just want to steal fans. I need people to see us, because once they see us, they'll be like, oh, I want to see him again.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to see if he's going to knock himself out, or if he's going to say something that's going to cancel him, because that's very likely at any moment. So you never know. I just want to play live. So, but we are recording the end of the month. Maybe April. April Fools would be a good day to bring out, wouldn't it?
Just like, oh, we've got a new song coming out.
Yeah.
Then you just play it.
We got a new song. No, they haven't. Yeah, knowing my luck, we'd post it 9 o'clock, April Fools. We got a new song out, and people are like, I'm not listening to it because it's going to be fart noises, you prick. It's April Fools. And I'm like, no, please check my band out. And they're like, no, I'm not doing it. Oh, yeah. April 2nd then, I guess. New songs are coming out.
But yeah, going back to what you're saying about, like, having a memorable supply acts and stuff, like one of my favourite sets that I've ever seen was a band called Witch Fever supporting Strange Bones, and they just came out and I was like, alright, okay, here we go, and then they just sort of blew me away because of how unpredictable they were. So many bands I've seen, like that's happened because I've gone to see headline bands, I've left being more in love with the support bands, and you don't know. And I think that's an important thing why bands should give it their all every night. Yeah. Is because you don't know if you're picking up new people. Like I love now the fact that it's been like 10 years since the Blackout at the peak or whatever. So now there's like kids coming through who've never heard of like Raiders played a festival called Teddy Rocks Festival. And it was an older fellow who came on to me after the gig and was like, bro, you were the front man. Oh, he doesn't bro, he's old man. Hello, son. You were my front man of the weekend. Right? And he went on and he's like, I love the band. And I was with 2 girls who knew the Blackout. And she was like, oh, did you ever see do you know anything about his older band? And he was like, no. And I was like, shut the fuck up, girls. He doesn't need to know anymore now. Don't tell him about the professionally recorded music he can listen to them. Let him just enjoy Raiders. And I'm just blown away that people are still seeing, like, it's not, we're doing these shows and it's not just fans of the Blackout. There's fans of people who never heard of the Blackout are there, and we are picking them, and we are still winning them over. Yeah. So, still got it. So I'm just loving it. Just loving seeing smiles on faces, or I'm loving seeing people. Last night I did a lot of spitting in the air and catching it in my mouth, and there were some very horrified women in the crowd. So I love that. Because then they're going to go away and go, I went to see the band last night and there was this dirty bastard spitting about. And then one of them's going to have some sort of dirty, kinky friend who's like,
I need to go see this guy. And then they're going to see me, and then ultimately I'm going to fall in love with them, and then me and this person are going to get married. So yeah, that's the aim.
You're basically just using Raiders as Tinder.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's my, sexy Tinder. Sexy band Tinder. It's got Riffer. No, I'm trying to think of an app now where we could merge gigs and Gigger.
I was going to say Grindr, but that exists.
No, yeah, there's got to be. Yeah, but how can we...
Grindr, if you're doing a grime gig.
Yeah, if you're a grimer,
Yeah.
I wonder if there's got to be a big gay community in grime, surely.
Yeah.
I know, isn't there, there's not many out, I suppose, but there's got to be grimer. I might make that up. Yeah, anyway, yeah.
Get in touch with the dragons.
Yeah. Duncan Valentine, I've got an idea! I don't think there's enough gay people looking up in grime. Yeah, just imagine Peter Jones going, I don't know what grime is. Like, oh, never mind.
I imagine he doesn't know.
No.
No.
Does he know what Grindr is? I'd imagine he does know what Grindr is.
Obviously, there's a bit of a comparison here in the sense that Liam Gallagher is famously known for saying that BDI were going to be bigger than the Beatles.
Yeah.
You obviously have gone from the Blackout to Raiders.
No.
How big are Raiders going to get?
Not as big as the Blackout.
Not as big as the Blackout.
Just because I think in this day and age, it would be hard for us to do. I know Raiders music isn't going to be as musically acceptable or accessible as the Blackouts. I don't think it's going to be, it's not going to be as poppy in places. Well, never say never, but I suppose, I don't think it is. And I'm honestly fine. Like, I literally fucking love playing on the floor. I love being the same height as people. Like, being over people, being on stage playing to thousands of people is cool and stuff. But I just love being close to people. So, I don't think it'll be as big as the Blackout.
Yeah.
But we might be bigger than BDI. So, take that, Liam. And I know he listens to every interview I do. So, fuck you, Liam. Fight me. I love Liam Gallagher. Please don't fight me. I've stolen so many lines from Liam. My favourite one is someone said to Liam, what's your advice for new young bands? And he said, tell them to stay out of my fucking way. And I was like, that is brilliant. So I've used that a few times, so thank you, Liam, for that. But to answer the question, at best we could be 75% of the success that the Blackout had, I think. But I doubt that very much. That's the thing, it's not like I'm fucking back and I'm going to be king of the world. Like, I'm just happy that I'm playing music, just happy to be doing it.
Yeah.
Because, it's been shitty 4 years, but yeah.
Going back to what you were just saying about, like, new bands and stuff, how does it feel to you when you see, like, a new band being like, okay, our influences are the Blackout?
Well, for my podcast, I do a podcast now called Sappenin Podcast with me. With me, yeah. And we had, like, Lucas from Holding Absence on. And I fucking love Holding Absence. I think they're going to be the next big Welsh band. I think they could, they could be fucking as big as Funeral for a Friend, Lost Prophets. I think they could go fucking stratospheric, and I really, really hope they do. And I was talking to Lucas for my podcast, and he was like, the first gig I ever went to was the Blackout, and I met you, and he's got a photo of me.
Oh yeah, I've seen that photo.
Yeah. And I was like, that's cool, bro. That's really cool. That doesn't make me feel fucking old at all. But, it's fucking bonkers. It's like last night, I met people at the merch stand. And this is the thing, because when the Blackout, because we got to that level where we couldn't meet everybody who came to our gigs. We could only meet as many as we could outside before or after. That I'm meeting people now that I never got to meet in the Blackout, who are coming to these Raider shows, and they're like, there's a boy who used to come to our shows in Exeter, met a girl from Leeds who came to one of our shows in Exeter. They now live in Leeds together, they got a baby, they're married, and that's because they met at one of our... That's fucking mental. You stupid bastards. Like, but it's... we just... and I've had loads of people going, you're the reason I started yelling or doing whatever, I'm doing in my... Like, there's a band called Polar. We're like a metal band, and I was talking to the singer outside the Funeral for a Friend shows we did in October, and he was steaming. He was like, literally, the reason I got into this was because of you. And I'm like, you're in a fucking big band now. Take my band on tour then, you cheeky bastard. You owe me. At least you owe me a career. Give me a gig. But it's fucking amazing. It's humbling, but also, like most of the Blackout stuff, if anybody saw us when we were in the Blackout, we never took anything seriously, right? We always just like, we can't get over we're doing this. We're 6 boys from Merthyr Tydfil. We shouldn't even have been allowed outside of Merthyr Tydfil, let alone fucking in a room with Guns and Roses or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've always been constantly blown away by it. So when people come up and like, oh yeah, I fucking love the band, or you're the reason, half of it I just shrug off because it just doesn't even seem real. But yeah, it's a very strange feeling.
Yeah.
But it's making me feel older by the day. Well, I'm getting older by the day, I suppose. So, but really old now. Yeah. I feel like Ozzy. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to start biting bats' heads off and covering myself in water like Ozzy does. For anybody who's listening to this, there's a bit in Black Sabbath set where Ozzy gets a big bucket of water and tips it over himself. That's because he's pissing himself live on stage.
Really?
Yeah, because he can't get off and get to a Portaloo in time.
I
Strange
mean,
fact.
That would take a little bit longer.
Yeah, people didn't know that, but that's why he does it. So
Oh,
you're welcome.
little tidbits
Yeah,
of information
free,
for Sean
yeah.
Smith.
Ozzy's pissing himself on stage.
That's fantastic.
Sorry to derail it, but
Oh,
yeah.
I've listened to Sappenin. I know how.
I'll go
how they
off. Yeah, and I just had a coffee monster before this as well.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Well, speaking of Sappenin, obviously it's Sean Smith and
Morgan Richards,
Morgan Richards,
Mo
or
Dick,
me, as he
yeah.
likes to call himself.
Oh, it's me. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like that's been going now for over a year.
Yeah.
Like, did you expect it to go on this long?
No, I thought we'd do about 4 or 5 episodes, run out the guests, probably do 3 or 4 just me and Morgan, and then people would stop listening and we'd be done. So we're on episode 62 now. We've done 62 weeks in a row with a guest every week, if not more than one guest. So it's mental, but the support has been absolutely incredible from people who like the Blackout, people who didn't even like the Blackout, people who hated the Blackout.
Yeah.
Really like the podcast. We just wanted to do something that was... I got to tell stories from my working class Merthyr Tydfil idiot brain that I got to do more than 99% of bands that have ever been created ever got to do. So I knew I had stories there. Morgan's a semi-professional journalist, but a terrible talker. So what's he doing on a podcast? I don't know, but...
if you need a replacement.
Yeah, straight swap.
Yeah.
That would be alright, yeah, it's not a bad idea. Morgan, you're fired. But yeah, we just wanted people to see kind of behind the curtain of band life, because people still thought it was all cocaine and strippers like the 80s, and it's not. It's 5 boys looking for a Wi-Fi code. That's all it is. Like, people are like, oh, what do you get up to backstage? Sitting on a laptop trying to work out what I'm going to tweet now, because I'm bored. But yeah, so I knew that, you know, I've been lucky enough to meet loads of people that I can call friends who would come on the podcast. I made friends with loads of press agents who've been absolutely lovely and supportive. Ailey Connolly, Emma Van Dyke. They do some of the biggest bands in rock, and they were just like, yeah, just offering us to us in the beginning. We were like, oh, thank you, and now we're doing them, and now we're slowly seeing a shift where it's coming about where bands are asking to come on.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going, that's new, podcast is new media, and I think eventually it's going to take over from magazines, I think. So I think there's a band coming up who are not doing any UK press whatsoever at all, but are doing Sappenin, who are a ridiculously big band. So yeah, the fact that people are taking notice is mental. That blows my mind, but it's, yeah. But I'm lucky enough that I'm walking into these situations, and you know, I don't have to be like a nervous interviewer or anything, because I know most of these people, or I know situations and things they've been through because I've done it firsthand. So I'm loving it, to be honest. It really my passion for music, and yeah, made me want to get out there again. So I've got all that to thank, really. But it all came about because I tweeted one day that I either wanted to make a YouTube series or a podcast about music, and I don't know if you've heard of them. There's an Irish rap duo called Rubber Bandits, and they wear plastic bags on their heads, and they have a song called Horse Outside, which is about having a horse instead of a car. and they are big in Ireland, and one of them, Blind Boy, and he said his real name, I don't think I'm allowed to. He's got a massive podcast, and I tweeted about it, and he said you should do a podcast so you can monetize it. You're good at chatting, it'd be brilliant. So he gave me the heads up about it, the inspiration, and then I got in touch with Acast, who are our provider, and yeah, the rest is history. And we're 62 episodes in somehow.
Yeah.
And we've had ridiculous people on the podcast. And the one I'm probably most proud of is we had Stuart Richardson from Lost Prophets on 4 or 5 weeks ago, I think it was. And that was the first time any of Lost Prophets have spoken about the whole situation with Ian and what happened with them. And I'm just so fucking happy that I knew we were eventually going to do it with one of them. I'd like to do it with all of them. Well, 5 of them. I'd like to do it with 5 of them. Even though that one...
Yeah.
The other one is the 1 million downloads. It's the 1 trillion downloads if I did it. But also, morally, I can't do it because I'm not a scumbag.
Yeah.
But I knew we were going to get him on at some point. But the fact that we got him on, he spoke so fucking brilliant about the situation. And just to see the fucking love for them after it, and see the outpouring of support for the rest of the other 5, was literally amazing for me. Like, it was... They needed to hear it. They needed to hear that they were still loved. And if it wasn't for them, I would have nothing. So many bands would have nothing. Kids in Glass House would have nothing. Film for Friend would have had nothing. You know, they literally kicked the door open for British music as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the one I'm most proud of. And there's a brilliant story on there about how Ian missed a show once on Warped Tour, and Stu battered him. Like proper, he said, no pun intended, he blacked out, came round and he was punching him in the face, and he grabbed the monster can, he was smashing him in the face, and he was like, that was for missing a show. Imagine if any of us knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
He'd have been 2D, he'd have flattened him, like, he would have been dead. So, yeah, there's just, yeah, the story's amazing, but yeah, it's just, I'm just really glad that they got to fucking say something and put something out there. And it makes it better now for the others when they come on. They don't have to talk about that again now.
Yeah,
I can have them on, and we can literally talk about good times I had on tour with them. Can I say this? Me, Mike Lewis from Lost Prophets, and Jonathan Davies from Korn, right? The first time I ever went to America, in 2004, I flew out because Lost Prophets were on tour. I got on their tour bus in Tampa. I got to the venue, there are 2 buses there, and I see Mike Lewis and Jonathan Davies from Korn peeking round, right? So I walk up to Mike, give him a big hug, I'm like, hi, alright. Oh, hello Jonathan Davies, nice to meet you. Never met you before. So what are we looking at, boys? There was somebody from, I won't name him, a very popular like pop punk band, was having sex with a girl up against his bus. And I was like, I can't believe this, one of Lost Prophets and one of Korn. Like children, like, oh, they're having sex. I was like, you're in all day, you dream about sex, John, from Korn. You've got a song literally called Adidas, which is about that. I know you watch it like perving, and I've got so many brilliant memories of stuff I did with Lost Prophets that I can't wait to have some of the others on so we can talk about them, because we had some fucking brilliant memories. And the majority of them don't contain Ian anyway, because he never really hung out that much anyway. So yeah, that's the one I'm most proud of, and yeah, super glad to get it out.
So who would y'all like? You know, like at some point, obviously you've got to have like the biggest person that you ever want on.
Okay.
You know?
I would like Fred Durst, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I love Limp Bizkit. Daryl Plumbo from Glassjaw. Glassjaw, one of my favourite bands ever, if not my biggest inspiration. But I spoke to him last year at Slam Dunk, and he's up for doing it. So that's awesome. We swapped numbers, so I was like a fucking fangirl. He was like, oh, take my number. And I was like, whoa, what? And Pharrell would be good.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've met him, and he was fucking lovely. He gave me his number, and I thought, he's not giving me the right number. So I texted him straight away, like proper, I'll get him now.
Yeah.
So I texted him, and he texted me back straight away. And I was like, oh my fucking God, that's Pharrell. Pharrell would be good. I don't know. We've been trying to get a couple of drag queens on lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Morgan's into them, so we're up for that.
Might give her a chance to speak.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. yeah, he'd just be fucking going wild. Like, I wonder what my line of question would be. This is the thing, see, like, I just want to go into every interview just be like, look, if I don't know anything about you, I'm just going to ask. Please, just, if you don't like the question, then shoot me down. I just need to, this is how I learn. Because what I found before doing the podcast is, if I had a friend who had something I didn't know about, like I've got a really close friend called Shabir, who's Muslim, I've asked him every question you could think of, right, about the Muslim faith. I got a friend who's Jehovah's Witness. No, not Jehovah's Witness. Mormon. No. He's a Mormon, right? I've gone through everything about that, right? I've talked to him about his magic vest and pants, everything, right? They can't drink Coca-Cola. But that's what I'll do. Like, I want to absorb stuff about people. So I'm always looking for learning about stuff and up for stuff. So I think that's always kind of been in me, that I want to ask questions and stuff. So, yeah, inquisitive.
Yeah.
Strange boy. I'm a very strange boy.
I mean, I guess it makes sense to be doing an interview-based podcast then, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Also, got too many of my own stories, so if you've listened to the podcast, I'll butt in and then completely forget what the question was. Which, I'm glad I got Morgan now, really, because originally I thought the idea was going to be kind of, I'll talk and he'll just kind of produce, kind of in the Joe Rogan podcast type way, where he's got his psychic Jamie who's just over there, who will chirp in now and again. I thought that's how it was going to be with Morgan, but luckily for us it's not, because there would be so many dead air bits where I'm like, I don't know where we go now, I don't know. What do you want to talk about? But but it's been cool. Everyone's been really supportive. Everyone we've had on has been really cool, apart from one band. We had an awkward moment of download with someone. We had 45 minutes with them. We meant to do like a full episode. I started talking to him. We got 10 minutes in and I was like, thank you very much for coming on. That's it, basically. So yeah, it was just awkward. I think they just thought it was like a normal interview rather than like a free chat where they could you could say whatever you want and I'll edit out any shit you want. They were just like, in interview mode, I think. So they were expecting like, tell us about your new album. But I was like, I found out about you because of one of my favourite films. You were in one of my favourite films. I was like, how was that? And they were like, oh, we had a single out at the same time as we did the movie, and the song that came out that was in the movie did better on a single. And I was like, oh no, not two singles that did really well. Like, what are you complaining about? You were in one of my favourite films. Like, I was just like, oh, piss off, like whatever then, because I would have fucking killed to have been in that film. Yeah. As most bands would, but yeah. But also they are a band who've been going for fucking years, like, so I understand they were probably tired and bored and fucking sick of talking to idiots like me at download. So, but yeah, nobody major. For a second I thought Shapes were gonna come on and beat me up, because I make fun of bands with V's, right?
Yeah,
stop
like
putting Perverse. No, call them what they are.
Okay, Perverse.
Perverse, right? Shvoops. Or now they're over Pez, because they've changed the V to the greater than sign. Over Pez. Yeah, is greater than Pez, right? So that's what I'm calling them now. Because I saw the drummer at the Funeral for Friends shows, and he was like, me and Griff want to come on your podcast. We only need 5 minutes. And I was like, they're coming on to beat me up. So I said to Morgan, we sorted out an interview with them in Bristol. In the car before, I said, right, Morg, if they start punching me, get the mic as close to the punches as you can, because we need to catch the sound of the punch. I wasn't like, save me. I was like, what will be the best audio fucking... Yeah. What can go viral, like? Yeah. I was like, oh, me being beaten up, because a lot of people hate me, so they would love to hear me be beaten up. If we could film it, even better, but... We had them on and they were fucking lovely, but there was a moment when he was like, we only need 5 minutes, and I was like, you're going to fucking chew me out, I can't wait. But yeah, nobody who's been a real bunch of bastards yet, though. So, have you ever had anybody on who's been a twat?
Not on my podcast. I've done interviews with people who have done stuff that's just sort of been like, you really didn't get the vibe of what I was going for.
Can you name them, or you?
They were a charity, so it'd be...
Fuck charity, yeah. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, like I would have expected the charity, like, who are sort of like supporting minority, to be like, yeah, here's every bit of information you've ever wanted,
And they weren't.
Boost our reputation. Nah, it's just kind of like 1-word answers, 2-word answers. Go to our website.
Bugger. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Bastards.
But everyone on my podcast so far has been pretty lovely, actually.
Cool.
I
Nice.
had Luke Rainsford on as like my third episode,
nice.
and he was just so friendly. Like,
Yeah.
and at that
Seems
point,
like a lovely boy, yeah.
He was like the biggest person I'd had at that point, because episode 3, and like was the first person who wasn't like a friend. And I was like, this is amazing. This is going to be amazing.
Nice.
And it went so smoothly.
Cool. What episode are we up to now?
This is episode 10, I believe. Actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've had to take a couple of weeks break because uni work.
Nice. Yeah, we found out with Morgan now, because Morgan's back in university now. We can kind of only meet up on Mondays, so we've kind of got to do fucking like a full day of like admin, recording podcasts, doing whatever we can, sorting out socials, and just we got to do everything in that. So we got to do Skype calls with people who are Patreons for our podcast as well. So he has to come up early because loads of them are Australian, so he has to come up my house early. We have to get online early and do like 10 a.m. Skypes with people who are 3,000 miles away. But yeah, loving it. And yeah, that Patreon community thing we've just created, we've got like 170 people who are amazing. It's one of the best things that's happened, to be honest. Like, yeah, the podcast is doing okay and it's getting me attention. Yes, I love attention. But the community, I never thought, we weren't expecting it. Like, they bond together. They're like literally a bunch of fucking lovely goths who were just all looking out for each other. There's people in there who've all got different bands. They're all going to see each other's bands. So it's like, it's meant that we're having meetups. We played Boat in Bristol called Thekla in December. Raiders. Loads of the podcast people came. And yeah, it was just fucking so good. We're making a community and it's mental. I never expected it. I just thought, we'll do this, some people will listen to it and that'll be it.
Because didn't you have like a meetup at Reading?
We've done a few. Yeah, we've done Reading, we did Gunnersville. We went to that and this was the thing. One of the girls came up to me from the Patreon and she said I was going to come to this Gunnersville event on my own anyway, because nobody I know likes U-Music 6 or likes that music, not U-Music specifically.
Any of like the supporting bands?
Yeah, just didn't like any of them. So, and she was like, she was nearly crying, and she was like, and now I'm here with 10 people who are like, we're just chatting and having fun, like we're best friends. And I was like, ugh, it choked me right up, and I was like, oh, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. It's just mental how something can just grow from me talking bollocks to people I've met. Like, it's mad, but blows my mind every day. The fact that anybody wants to fucking gives a shit, it still blows my mind. That's how it always was. It's how it's always been. Like the fact that Blackout did well, the fact that anyone's coming to these shows, it's all fucking blowing my mind. I still don't know how I've managed to convince people that I'm entertaining, but it seems to be working now and again. So yeah.
Yeah, so back onto Raiders. Obviously, there's a gig tonight in like an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Doing a time check.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, good. 6 till 5.
Yeah, so 6 till 5.
6:05.
Oh, 6:05. I was like 6 to 5.
Yeah, 6 till 5. We're doing
We're
11-hour set.
time.
Yeah, we're doing 11-hour set.
Yeah. So like, what is the main thing that you want people to get out of tonight?
What the fuck just happened? That's what I wanted to leave going, wow. Yeah, I just want people just to watch us and love us or hate us, really. I'd rather them really, really hate us than be like, yeah, they're alright.
Yeah, like a really strong emotive response is better.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. They either love it and be like, I've got to see them again, I can tell all my friends I've got to see them again, or I hate them, they were fucking dreadful, never go see them again, I'm going to tell my friends how much I hate them, and then the friends go,
I'm going
to check this out now. And then they'll see a photo of us. Because what I've been finding is, now that we're doing more dates, like Raiders are doing more shows, photographers are messaging us, asking us to pay them to come and shoot our shows, right? And I've been replying, like going, I don't mean to be a dick, right? But I genuinely believe it's in your best interest to come and shoot my show. I won't charge you for taking photos of me, but you will have some fucking brilliant photos, because I am not going to stop moving. Because I am throwing myself about. I'm pulling shapes that nobody else is pulling. I'm dancing like a twat. I'm punching myself. I'm beating myself up. I'm interacting with people. So I think people would see. Well, this is the thing. It's like after our first gig, somebody came and took loads of photos, and I saw them online then, and one of the comments was, "These photos make me want to see this band live because it's so much action." And I just think when people either hear what we do or hear of what we do, people will have an interest in coming to see us because it's going to be entertaining one way or the other.
Yeah. I mean, I think the first photo I saw of like Raiders Live was you just lying on the floor in the middle of a crowd.
Yeah, that'll happen. What else have I done since? I've hung off balconies. I've been sick a lot because I'm still unfit, which is a terrible thing to do when you're on tour. Last night I was nearly sick again. I've left several stages of dents in my head because I tend to punch myself for some reason. This is the thing, see, there's bands who we've toured with, and my brother was telling me about, I think it was, I don't want to get the band wrong, Scary Kids, Scaring Kids or whatever, and they would practice, in soundcheck they would practice
what they were going to say
in between songs.
Yeah.
I've never done that. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen at this gig tonight, right? I've got nothing planned other than I'm going to make fun of Cutting Teeth at some point. I called them an acoustic pop punk band last night and they couldn't be less that. So I'm probably going to call them a ska band or something tonight. But I don't plan anything, and genuinely I haven't seen the room. I haven't been in the gig yet.
No.
So when I go in now, first thing I'm going to do is recce the room. Is there anything I can swing and off, climb, bring down, hit people with? So coming to one of our gigs, you never know what could happen. I could, I don't know, choke myself to death with a microphone. I could swallow a microphone. I could fall off a stage. I could smash my head into a wall and smash it open. I've got a bruised knuckle and hand from punching things last night during our set. Wow. I got a little bruise where they're normally bigger, like I've got lumps and stuff from hitting myself with a mic. So yeah, you never know what could happen. I made the mistake of Raiders' first gig back. There was a girl in the front row who was smiling, and I thought, if you smile it means you're enjoying it. Sean was wrong, because Sean went up to her and licked her forehead, and she then ran out of the venue crying and phoned the police, and the support band before us was telling her to get me done for sexual harassment.
Really?
And I was like, it was a laugh. I genuinely thought, she was smiling, and and then next minute people talk. Literally had the police on the phone about it. Police phoned me up to be like, don't do that again. Alright, yeah, I won't. Sorry, I forgot we live in this. There'll be no smiling and no talking a gig soon. But yeah, so I made the decision. I made the mistake of licking that girl's forehead. So now I'm in 2020. Sean is a lot more wary of what I can and can't do. I went and shook my hips by a girl yesterday and then instantly apologised in case she thought it was some sort of sexual advance. So yeah, we're living in a weird age now where, like, I would have fucking loved it back in the day if just someone from the fucking bank came to me and licked my head. Yeah. Like, it just, what's that? What the fuck is that? What's going on? Ah? Like, mental.
I didn't expect that when I left the house.
Exactly, yeah. I wasn't expecting my forehead washed. But yeah, like, how many times have I seen, like, fucking Frank Carter just bleeding on people or fucking spitting on, like, cool, part of a gig, having a laugh. So yeah, I'm trying to reel it in a bit, but honestly, you never know I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. So if you do, you're cleverer than I am. Sappenin. Yeah, that doesn't even come out of my... The thing is, what I've been doing is, with these Raiders shows, because I'm so focused on going on and performing for Raiders, I completely forget everything else. So I'll go on and say hello, and then realise I've got a brand that I should be opening with Sappenin, and then, alright, we get on with it now. But I've been opening with, we're Raiders. Fuck's sake, man. I've got a fucking brand. But yeah. So yeah, not even that's guaranteed to come out of my mouth. I don't know. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen Raiders, come and see us, because even if you don't like the song Wasting Away, we've got other songs that are miserable, and it's an interesting watch. I guarantee you it's an interesting watch. It might not be perfectly in tune. Well, it's not going to be anywhere near in tune, but it's a very interesting watch.
Yeah.
So please come and see us, please.
Well, whilst I've got you here, is there anything else you would like to plug?
What else am I doing? Raiders, Sappenin. I help manage a band called Junior, who are a pop punk band who've got a WWE wrestler in them. They've also got Matt, who writes theme tunes for some of the biggest wrestlers in the world, and the drummer runs a mental health charity called Heads Above the Waves.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Which is really cool. They are awesome. Junior, check out Ant Musica Junior online. I just get involved with helping manage Old in Absence as well, so that's fucking awesome. And they generally, whether I'm involved or not, if I quit tomorrow, they're going to be one of the biggest bands in Britain soon. And I can't wait. What else have I got? Podcast, Sappenin. You can find it at Sappenin Pod, SAPPENINPOD. As you can see, I spell that every week to a deadline on the podcast. No, that's it. Check out Raiders. We're doing 2003's Festival. Check out at Raiders Band UK on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. On Spotify, it's Raiders Space UK, because some motherfuckers took Raiders a week before we put our first song on.
Having someone else with you.
But having UK in the name now is fucking Raiders suck. Who the fuck are Raiders suck? Fuck them. Yeah, it looks like Raiders suck now.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, check out Raiders UK on stuff and come to a gig, because I promise you'll be entertained. And if you're not, come up to me at the end of the show and I'll give you your money back.
I mean, that's quite a promise.
Yeah. Plus, I won't have any money on me, so it'll be difficult. But, I'm so confident that I know I'm never going to need to pay anybody out. So, come along. You will be entertained, I promise.
Well, thanks for chatting to me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And, everybody listening to this, please never die. Stay positive. If you're going to be sick, keep your tongue out. So you don't choke.
Life advice from Sean Smith.
Yeah. Never run with scissors. Look both ways before you cross the road.
There you let us know.
Yeah. Don't take a toaster in a bath.
And go to a Raiders gig.
And come to a Raiders gig, yeah. And these are don't come to a Raiders. Yeah, come to a Raiders gig, please. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
You're listening to Fresh from the Scene with Ruby Price.
Thank you very much for listening. You'll be able to find all the things that Sean decided to plug in the description, if that's your kind of thing. As I said before, if you have any opinions on this podcast, make sure that you leave a review, share it on social media if you enjoyed it, share it on social media if you hated it. Just give it a share on social media, really. That's all I can ask from you. Everything will hopefully be back to normal maybe next week, I hope so. No guarantees, but there will definitely be another episode coming soon. Like I said, thanks for listening, and I will see you next time.